It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
We're back bringing the energy.
Believe it or not, but we do read the feedback forms, and this is what you wanted.
So let's get started with the person who needs no introduction, Valet Kelker.
And of course, we have Jake Chow.
If you want to stand up and face the flag, we're going to recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have an action-packed announcements ready for you today, and we're going to switch it up and start with the feature.
But before that, we want to thank you for an amazing homecoming week.
Grandview Spirit never disappoints.
But you know how they were very strict about the assembly this year?
Yeah, they wouldn't let anybody leave, even though the gym doesn't have the capacity for everyone.
Let's send it to our reporter Sam to tell us more.
Last week's homecoming assembly was really fun, but this time the school wasn't letting people skip the assembly. Let's hear some of the students' responses.
I think it could be pretty dangerous because it's pretty packed and it'd be hard to get out. I think we should split it into two so there's less people in the gym.
Probably splitting it by grade or just having multiple and not just one big one.
I talked to the assistant principal to hear his thoughts about the assembly.
So the justification would be that for our homecoming assembly last week, we had students report to advisory first, so it was scheduled as an advisory class. Teachers were instructed to take attendance, and then students came to our main gym. Tied back to justification, this year we've really tried to be at different exits throughout the building because really students should be attending their advisory class. This is the first I heard that we had students waiting in the cafeteria. I'm glad that it was live streamed, and I think it was live streams for others that weren't able to make or even be in the building for the assembly. So I'm happy to hear that. And this is news to me. I got to the gym late, but I went through kind of a back door and I went over to in front of the sophomore side where I typically am for assemblies. The gym was full. We know that our gym may not necessarily hold all the students comfortably. So it's something we probably have to look at. I will tell you this, we don't have too many assemblies throughout the year. Maybe at the most 5, maybe? And that's on a state championship year or an academic award year. I would like to see all of our students and our staff.
Hopefully, next time, admin will figure out a better way to handle all the students. This is Sam signing off for GVTV.
Thanks for getting deeper into the story, Sam.
Let's take a look at this week's sports.
After a long week of homecoming activities, we're keeping it light.
How about another football game, this week versus Arapahoe?
You guys sure showed out last week. Let's keep that momentum going this Friday at Legacy Stadium at 7:30 p.m.
Saturday, show up to the Centennial League tournament for your softball team.
Or come to Legacy Stadium for some girls flag football versus Smoky Hill. That game is slated for 10:30 a.m.
Monday and Tuesday, be sure to support your boys' golf team as they start their trek to a state championship at Common Ground Golf Course.
And don't forget, Monday we have a choir concert in the Grandview Auditorium at 7 p.m.
Or watch live on GVTV.
Field hockey is up in Boulder at 4 p.m. and boys soccer at Mullen at the same time.
Flag football looks to close out a tough Cherry Creek team on the Grandview turf at 4:15 on Tuesday.
And be sure to show up and show out for girls volleyball senior night as they battle Eagle Crest in the Grandview main gym at 6:30 p.m.
We need everybody there like last week's Pack the Den game. Man, that was crazy. Or you can watch live on GVTV.
Before we move on, I'd like you to notice this windbreaker I have on.
Wait, did you get it from the school store?
Yes, sir. Drop by the school store in Upper Commons for one of your own.
If you haven't been in the school store yet, you're missing out on life.
Moving on, we want to congratulate the freshmen on their near completion of One Pack 101.
What's One Pack 101?
To be honest, I have no idea, but Garrett, Risa, and Clarissa know.
Having an off period is something that incoming high school students look forward to.
To their dismay, this year, One Pack 101 has been added for freshmen, cutting the long-awaited off period in half. After 45 minutes in the classroom, the students are released to their wits for the second half of their off period.
The question we are all wondering, is the addition of One Pack 101 a blessing or a burden?
Reason I say that, sure, it's fun to be around people, but it also doesn't help that some people don't really get the freedom at the end of the day they should get, because some people have fourth period for One Pack and they can't go anywhere because they have no way to get home.
I enjoy it. It's a really chill class. You know, just you learn about the school.
Some students take advantage of their off to study.
Others prefer to spend time with their friends.
I've pretty much learned how to be more socializing.
We've learned like team building and just finding our way around the school.
One Pack 101 is a great place for students to learn valuable study skills.
And how to be successful in high school.
Yes, because it helps newcomers come and learn how to be organized, how to manage their classes, and where to go.
I think it's necessary to help you get your bearings of the school and stuff.
Only time will tell whether or not One Pack 101 will prove to be beneficial for freshmen transitioning into high school.
Reporting for GVTV, I'm Clarissa.
I'm Risa.
And we are signing off.
I low-key wish we had One Pack 101, bro.
You're kidding, right?
No, like, genuinely, I think it's a good idea.
Anyways, Grandview has a brand new club.
If you're interested in joining fishing, join Fishing Club.
Everyone is welcome, and they have their first meeting tomorrow in U314 right after school.
See you there.
Speaking of tomorrow, Women in STEM has a guest speaker coming in.
She's an experienced manager in the oil and gas industry and majored in mechanical engineering.
If you're interested in the STEM field, drop by L108 right after school tomorrow to get a chance to learn her experiences. You good, bro?
Yeah, it's just been a rough day. I mean, having this fake smile on for the camera is just taking a toll on me.
That's deep, bro. You should go to lunch chats to discuss it.
What's lunch chats?
I think Josh and Sylvia can answer that question for you.
Lunch chats are a great activity that allows students to share with one another about how they're feeling. At least that's how a person who doesn't know the full extent of lunch chats would probably describe it.
Lunch chats are it's like a program by SOAR, Students Organized Against Racism, in our school.
Lunch chats is a great way to get involved in the local, in our Grandview community, because it's a great way to get your voice heard about certain topics and issues that we discuss every lunch chat.
Lunch chats are an opportunity for students to come together and kind of share their experiences at Grandview and how we as a community, we as like student body, we as teachers can improve the school.
It's designed to give students a platform so they can tell teachers what they want to see, as in changes in the school and improvements we can see, and it's kind of a way to get feedback from the student body.
You know, if you have any opinions or any things that you would like to say, there's admin there, there's teachers there, but most importantly, it's a time for your voice to be heard by those people. So it's a great way to get change to be created and also heard.
It's just kind of giving suggestions to teachers and staff members that can help improve the quality of the school.
And what it provides for the students can be very helpful.
It's giving students a platform where they can speak freely.
If there's any like discrepancies or any sort of issues that there may be in like activities and overall student life, admin can address that and teachers can be more aware of it in their classrooms.
It's helpful to kind of connect with other students and talk to others who are maybe more like-minded, or even talk to others who have differing opinions.
You can see like how students become more open and become more comfortable talking about like how they feel about the school and what they want to see within the school.
It's hard to like find an audience to talk about like what you're going through, so it's kind of a smaller space to just share what your opinions are of Grandview.
The next lunch chats will be October 10th, so everyone is invited to come. It's in the library classroom during both A and B lunches.
Lunch chats is a great opportunity to get your voice heard, so if you have something to say, step up. This is Josh and Sylvia reporting for GVTV.
Before we move on to our last feature, we have some great news to tell you.
Today in advisory, all seniors will have a chance to register to vote.
And yeah, you might argue that everyone just registers when they get a license.
But the reality is that less kids have been getting their licenses in high school.
So that's why you can register in class today, if you wish.
And it's not just a checkbox for either Trump or Harris.
There are so many bills and other candidates that Colorado voters can vote on.
And don't worry, juniors, you're getting this opportunity right after you come back from fall break.
If you registered when you were 16, when you got your license, the county commissioner recommends updating all of your information if you plan on voting this year.
So let's vote this year, Wolves.
And lastly, Hispanic Heritage Month is this month.
So let's send it to this guy to learn a little bit more.
From Mexico to Peru to Venezuela, the Grandview community has a lot of different ways to celebrate Hispanic heritage.
I have a lot of my Venezuelan family and I eat a lot of their food and everything like that. And then when I go to Costa Rica, I also get to experience that culture from my dad, from the food and everything like that too.
It's really like very cultural. There's like a bunch of things. There's a lot of food, like cultural food that you can eat, and a lot of dances that you learn and you actually can do in Peru and Nicaragua.
They make menudo. It's a soup and it has bits from like cows, and it has these white bits in it, and it's really good. It's spicy.
Many celebrate Hispanic heritage through food.
Every Sunday we eat arepas, which is a Venezuelan food, and it's something that's like a tradition of ours.
My parents speak Spanish a lot, and they make Mexican dishes. They make birria, they make menudo, they make pozole.
As Grandview becomes a more and more diverse place, it becomes a place of celebration and acceptance.
It's important for people to know about Hispanic Heritage Month because, since we know Black History Month, we might as well just know the Hispanic. And Hispanic has a lot of cultural things and represents a lot of where we're from, so.
I just try to represent my community by embracing it, not hiding it, because it shows off that you should respect Hispanic heritage.
I think it's pretty important because, a lot of people now are coming to the United States that are from Hispanic or like Latino heritage, and they need to know more about it, and especially they're going to start speaking Spanish, have more traditions that are more Hispano, so it's good for them to know that.
Help us celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. This is Jake Chow reporting for GVTV.
Let's celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month together.
And remember that we don't have advisory next Wednesday because it's College and Career Readiness Day.
So take your PSATs seriously, as it gives you a good prediction on how you'll do on the SAT. Trust me, I know from experience.
And seniors, start getting real about life after high school.
And as always, before we say goodbye, make sure you scan our feedback QR code, because we do take your opinion seriously.
Make sure to tune in next week, because even though there is an advisory, we'll still be on.
We are one pack. Go Wolves!